Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm still getting a ton of questions on my Poshmark shipping video. If you have not seen that video, I will definitely link it down in the description box for you if you are interested in selling on Poshmark. It goes through a lot of details about how their shipping process works. But I'm getting a lot of the same question that has to really do with the shipping labels on Poshmark, and I have a lot of people asking me if you can just take your items to the post office after you sell something and just ship them from the post office without using the label that Poshmark sends you. And the short answer to that is no, you cannot do that. And there are a few reasons why. The first reason is it kind of goes along with my email scam video that I talked about, and I'll link that down below as well. But if you go and you take your item to the post office and you don't use the label that Poshmark gives you, that is taking your transaction off of Poshmark, and you will get absolutely banned for that. There's a reason Poshmark is set up the way it is, and it's to protect both the buyer and the seller. And this is why I always recommend Poshmark to people starting out who are selling things. But it's just not a good idea to not use the label that they send you. So I'm going to try and go into a little bit about how and what happens once you sell something and what happens with the shipping label, because a lot of people are not understanding that customers are actually paying for their shipping. And so say that you have an item that's listed at $10, so you list the item for $10 and you sell it for $10. When that person checks out, when they pay for their item, they are actually paying $16.49. So the $6.49 is added on to the $10 for the priority mail shipping label. So that customer is paying $6.49 for their item to be priority mailed to them with tracking and insurance on it. And then this is a tracking number that is assigned and generated by Poshmark, so that way they are able to track the item that they have bought from Poshmark. So if you don't use Poshmark's label, first of all, it's completely wasting money because the customer has paid $6.49 for their shipping on their item. And then if you completely ignore that and you take it to the post office and you pay for another shipping label, then you're wasting your money that's coming out of your earnings as well. So it's not fair to the customer if you completely waste their money and go to the post office and maybe it's an item that you can ship first class, which is going to be cheaper than priority, but you're not allowed to do that because the customer is paying for a priority shipping label. So once the item sells and Poshmark emails you the shipping label, you need to use that shipping label because it has been assigned and tracked by Poshmark. It is protected by Poshmark, so this protects both you and your customer, because if you don't use the tracking number that Poshmark gives you, then what if the customer says that you never shipped the item or they never got the item, but you did ship the item, and then they're going to get the item and they're going to say, well, they didn't use the tracking number that Poshmark gave them, so I'm going to claim that I didn't get the item. And then they can keep your item and then they'll get refunded because in Poshmark it says that you didn't ship it. So it's not a good idea to go around Poshmark and ship the item yourself, because you're never going to see that money that the person has paid shipping for on the item. So even if you do go around Poshmark, you're not going to get that shipping money. You never even see that. So the customer has paid for shipping and you've paid for shipping, and that's wasting money. And then Poshmark has no way of tracking that. So, if you take your transaction off of Poshmark, that's taking off the Poshmark protection to where you can email them and ask them to help you, because they're not going to help you if you don't use their shipping label that they sent to you. Also, I'm going to be a little bit blunt here. And I don't mean to sound blunt, but you really, if you want to sell on Poshmark, you really have to be able to print your own shipping labels. And there's not really any way around that. Now, there's a few ways you could do that. You can go and buy your own printer. You can go to the library. You can go to FedEx, somewhere where you can pay per page to print something. But realistically, if you are not able to find a way to print your own shipping labels, then this is probably not something that you need to be doing, because you have to print your own shipping labels. You cannot just take the stuff to the post office and ship it. You have to be able to print it yourself and pack it yourself. And, you know, Poshmark has done a really great job of really streamlining this process in terms of keeping you from having to weigh things and, you know, really worry about, is this a pound? Is it over a pound? You don't have to worry about any of that. You just have to worry about, is it under 5 pounds? And truthfully, I've never shipped anything in 2 years. I've never shipped anything that has gone over 5 pounds. I've never had to upgrade my shipping labels. I ship a lot of jewelry, a lot of tops, things like that, even shoes. They're usually not over 2 to 3 pounds. You know, you're really not going to have a lot of sales that go over 5 pounds. So you literally just have to print the shipping label from your email that Poshmark sends you and put it on the boxes that you get from the post office and send it. And that's all you have to do. So you don't have to put on all of this work, and it's extra work going to the post office and paying for shipping again. You're not allowed to do that. You have to use the shipping label that Poshmark sends you. And then again, going back to, you know, people are paying for their own shipping. They're paying that $6 and some change for a priority shipping label that's going to get to them in 2 to 3 days. That's the whole point, is that these people know that their items are going to be there in 2 to 3 days, because you're not going to get your money until the item gets there. So if you don't use this priority label, who knows when the item will get there, and you have to ship it with tracking that Poshmark gives you for you to be protected under their seller policy. So I hope this clears up a lot of things. Like I said, I'll link my other shipping video down in the description box. It goes into a lot more detail of what boxes I use and the whole, you know, kind of a step-by-step process. This is just a question that I've been getting a lot, and I really wanted to address it. And I hope it helps someone. So that's my video for today. If you are new to my channel, I hope that you will click the subscribe button and then click the little bell beside it so that you'll get notifications on when I post new videos. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I do my best to answer every single one. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me a lot. It gives me feedback on what you guys want to hear. And I will see you guys in the next video.